What can you learn from an aging rocker? We've got Jon Friedman here, who's not an aging rocker, but he knows an aging rocker.
I'm in my prime.
You're in your prime, and thank you for being here.
Sure.
And Jon, go on, don't hide it. Give it here, give it here. Jon is about to publish this book, which we're going to get a close-up of, which is all about Bob Dylan. Congratulations, Jon, on your new book there. I'm going to hold that. So you've got 7 things you can learn from Bob Dylan. And
Yes.
I'm going to put this down, and you're going to tell us about them.
Yes. One of them for sure is that reinvention, which we all want to attain longevity. This is the most important factor about longevity. How do you attain longevity? By reinvention.
Yes.
For example, you always have to tell people you're new, you're still relevant, you're still vital, and Dylan has done this throughout his career.
Okay, so never be discouraged by critics. That's very hard. What if your critic is your boss, telling you you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong?
Well, that's a very serious question, but you have to have the strength within to know that you're on the right track, and people eventually will catch up to you. Sometimes they don't, and sometimes things happen in a job, but oftentimes you're ahead of the game, and if you are, you'll be okay.
So you said step out of your comfort zone, and there's an example you have of what Bob Dylan did to step out of his comfort zone, and this came after one of his great hits.
Right.
Tell us what the hit was and then what he did.
Like a Rolling Stone, how he visited. Like a Rolling Stone was his biggest single of his career, his first big single, but he knew he had kind of gotten stale in New York City after that song came out and wanted to reinvent himself in Nashville. So he moved his base to Nashville and recorded Blonde on Blonde, one of his also biggest albums. And he wouldn't have done that if he hadn't thought about reinventing himself all over again and getting out of his comfort zone in Nashville.
Now, when getting out of your comfort zone is by definition very, very tricky. People are going to be like, oh, I don't know, it might go wrong. How did he get over that, and how do most people get over that?
It's a great question. Because people close to him tell me failure is not even in his vocabulary. He doesn't even think about failure. Of course, he has had failures in his life, but the idea of failing never occurs to him. He has so much self-confidence and faith in his intellect, he knows he'll be okay.
Okay, so stick to a strategic vision. That sounds very corporate. What does that mean?
In terms of Dylan.
Well, not just for Dylan, because we want to learn from Dylan. We all want to be the next Dylan. I'll go and get a guitar after the show.
Okay. Early on, Dylan wanted to be a folkie. He didn't want to be a pop star like Bobby V, one of his childhood friends. He wanted to be a folkie like Woody Guthrie and those fellas, and he stuck to that plan throughout his career. He could have been a pop star. He could have changed to become a pop star in the early 60s, but he wanted to become a folkie and stayed that way and stayed true to his code. And people are also seduced by the idea of a fast buck, of a fast promotion, of a fast bit of success, rather than by doing what comes naturally to you, which is to have a long career, have longevity, be a careerist in the best sense of the word.
And look over that long term. We have to leave it there. I'm going to hold on to this because this is fascinating. Thank you very much.